Ultra Foodmess. This game's going to have loads of replay value for kids or adults who like party minigames which introduce a good deal of luck and which don't control ideally. The look and theme is pleasant as well as nicely leaned into. There are bonus characters to unlock, 11 minigames in total, the freedom to mix and match modes and or points required for wins. You can play with up to 3 other players, bots, or a combination thereof, and some of the minigames are genuinely fun to come back to. That all being said, I'm far from in love with a lot of what this experience amounts to. While it looks a lot like Boomerang Foo, it's got none of that game's tight controls or modification stacking brilliance. The AI has no difficulty options, so you're always going up against the same predictable enemies which are super uneven in certain environments. A good example is how you can usually time the computer's survivability in the hazardous game types. Sometimes though, the bots get hung up on walls or just fail themselves into a corner until someone else offs them. Certain game types are too similar even if they're technically different. There's nothing to unlock other than the bonus characters, so no hats, skins, etc. You get no narrative, big bad to fight, or even a modifier to any of the game modes on offer. Movement amounts to a lot of skating around in a momentum-based bounce house. There's no way to track your stats, every player's gotta press X before the start of every single round, the drops are way too random for fair play, the shot dog minigame is particularly bad in terms of executed design, since the auto shot doesn't register correctly half of the time, while letting the bots shoot around corners. The chop chop mode hits a max speed for the hazards pretty quick, so you're going to be waiting on enemies to knock each other into them or else the match never ends, and modes like Juice It Up are too RNG intensive to be competitive. Really, I could be critical of most modes here, though I do think they're all amusing in short bursts. Then there's the trophy chase, however. No plat is strike number 1. I mean, why bother with trophies at all if you're going to leave off the cherry on top? There's no written guide, but I'd call it a 3 max for difficulty in spots, mostly the timed survival bits, though the organic disposal and catching up trophies are a 4 or higher even with 2 players, and it will take at least 2 hours to complete. I was working through the list because I'm hard-headed and want to finish what I start so long as the game isn't too difficult or crappy, of which Foodmess is neither, plus my kids want to play this more. But while there's nothing crazy difficult, there's a lot of head scratchers here. Shame too, since the list initially looks like a fun completion, but I'm seeing trophies not unlocking for the 50 and 100 rounds completed, and the pepper kills, though I'm well above all that now. Certain timers need 10 or so extra seconds completed in order to count. Yes, I wound up running a timer alongside a few of them because it was making me feel like I was crazy. Trophies only unlock for player number 1. The kill trophies are quite dull, and certain time trophies are essentially impossible to finish against the AI since they don't survive long enough in a few of the required modes. All this makes for a chase I don't recommend, and don't intend to finish. Glitchy as they are, they'd require a save deletion and grinding all over again. You could add 1 to 3 more controllers to the mix and cheese the whole thing, but even that proves difficult in spots without another actual competent human there to help. So here you've a game that looks pretty great at the outset, only to be messy in the nuts and bolts. It's pretty dull without friends to play with, and the lack of any online mode feels like the final disappointment. It's akin to a fountain drink which the ice just melted out of. The drink's still fairly cold, sure, but it's also rather flat and watery now. Not a bad title to have in rotation for game nights, but it's never going to be a must-play in its current state. And I'd avoid the trophy chase like the plague, because little was thought out, and plenty isn't working as intended.